Hello everyone, am I audible? We will start sharp at 5. Till that time, can everyone please drop a like on the live stream, please? Can everyone please drop a like? We need just a pen and paper for today's class. We'll be practicing some patterns of mandalas. Does everyone have a pen and paper ready? Please type yes in the comments and we will start right away. Hello, hello. Welcome everyone to the stream. Yes. All right. And also quickly, can everyone please type your name and where you are from, like your city, if you are comfortable to share. Hyderabad, Pune, Bangalore. All right. One more Pune. Okay. Nashik, Faridabad, Bombay. All right. So we have a very wide variety of audience, right? People are joining in from various parts of our country, which is a really nice thing. And yes, those who don't know, I am from Pune as well. So today we will start patterns one by one, how we start a mandala from the center. So in the same method, we will learn the central patterns first, then the next layer patterns, third layer patterns, last layer patterns. All right. In that way, we'll be covering a few patterns of each of the layer. All right. So I hope everyone has a pen and paper ready, and I want all of you to be drawing with me. All right. Please don't just watch. This class will be more effective if you all draw with me. All right. And yes, those who have not subscribed yet, please do subscribe. We have too many upcoming goodness on the channel, and also many videos are already available for everyone to watch. And there is a sketchbook challenge that we are running currently, of which the third video will drop today. All right, so let's start with our patterns one by one. So whatever I draw here on the page, you all also have to draw with me. All right. So the first thing we do in a mandala is we have our grid, right? We have our grid, and then we start from the center. Hello everyone. Welcome. Yeah. So first thing we do is obviously we start from the center, right? So the center is a very small space, right? The central first few layers are very small and compact, so you cannot do much over there. So there are some basic simple patterns that you can add is, considering this is your central dot, the center of your page, you can add a teardrop pattern here, or you can add a double pointed petal like this, or you can also add just a simple straight lines which will be along the grid, more a star like formation. You can add these lines also. So you select these patterns according to the mandala that you are planning. All right, it is simple one, intricate, or ornate mandalas, or so according to the mandala you are going to decide the patterns. Now these three come when you want to add a design in there. If you don't want to add a design and just a plain circle, then inside the circle you can add a few shapes which go well every time. It can be just a simple circle. So which are all of the patterns that I am showing right now, they will go inside the circle, and the rest of the portion will be darkened. All right, so it can be a simple circle, or a, a curved teardrop pattern. It can be starting at the top or starting at the bottom. It can be any one. All right, or it will be a circle on top, a line, and then two curves. This shape is very popular and very common. So how you integrate these shapes into the center is, you first draw your circle, which is generally 1 centimeter or 1.5 centimeter in the center of your mandala. Then you add your shape in the right hand side. Yes, always remember to add it on the right side of your circle. All right, and once you have your shape added here, then you will darken the remaining space around it carefully. All right, so this is how you will incorporate these shapes, be it this one, or this one, or just a normal circle, always on the right hand side of the page. And by darkening, you have to ensure that each and every corner of the circle is darkened well. Okay, even one small empty spot catches the attention, and we don't want that to happen. So when you all have finished drawing this much, you all will type done or ready, and then we will move forward. I am seeing only one like on the video. Can everyone please drop a like? It helps the channel a little bit. And also, if you haven't subscribed already, please do it. And if anybody has any questions, any doubt between the session, please feel free to ask anytime. Okay, I can see 3 dones here. Sir, please explain once again. All right, I'll quickly repeat it once again. These 3 are the patterns that you can add in the center of your mandala. Or if you don't want to add a pattern, you can simply add a circle like this, and then inside the circle you can add shapes like these curved teardrop shapes, or this circle and this pattern here in this manner. All right, you add the shape and then you darken around it. All right, and yes, if anybody has joined late, if somebody has missed the class, then do not worry about it. This whole session will be there on YouTube forever. You can watch anytime. Has everyone finished? Please type done quickly. Has everyone finished drawing it? And yes, you all have to draw in pens, all right? I'm using marker just for the session. You all have to draw in your fine liners or your black gel pen, whichever you are using. Done, all right. Okay, fine. So it seems like everyone has finished it. Now, these are the first layer or the center of the mandala. All right. Next, we have first two or three layers. All right. I would say I would number it layer 2 to 4. Okay. The first one is the center, then the second and fourth layer. Now here the space gets a little bit bigger since we have a circle already, or we have these patterns here, correct? Now here we have, now this part is also most important. The second and the fourth layer of a mandala is really important because once a person has finished looking at the center, obviously, yeah, when we look at a mandala, our attention goes directly at the center first, right? After the center, we look for the next layers. So these second and fourth layer plays a really important role in your mandala because the space here is I would say not very small but also not very big. It is, I would say, a medium kind of space available. So here you can use a fine liner of size 0.1 to 0.3 size of fine liner, all right, to get best results. So you have to select the sizes of your pens according to the space that you have. Okay, if the space is too small, the pen should also be small so that the shape comes out neat and clean. All right. So I'll give you some simple patterns that you can add here. Now we have to imagine that we already have a base circle here and we are adding patterns on top of it. All right. So according to that, the patterns should be flat at the bottom. Okay. So first is our very basic petal here. Next is a very small and broad based pyramid. I call this a pyramid. Next you can do is you can add a complete spiral. Or you can also add a simple layer of continuous circles. Now when you add a layer of circles, all sides of the circles should touch the border, all right, should touch the grid, and all of them should be of same size. And also in between two circles there should not be any gap. Okay, there should not be any gap, it looks very ugly. Now when you add these circles, what you can do is either you can darken the small spaces so that the circles get highlighted. Now and inside the circles you can add one more circle and darken it. You can do this. It looks great and it catches attention. Now when you for the first two to fourth layer, consider darkening your patterns so that the effect comes really nice and it grabs the attention. Now when we have this regular petal here, you can add a same inside it and then darken it. So this pattern, when you add to the center in the first, second to fourth layer, it gets highlighted well. And also when you if you are doing this, I would suggest you to make two layers of it. All right, two layers on top of each other, It gives a really nice flowery effect, especially when you have this kind of center, darker one. If anybody has any doubts, please feel free to ask. Do not hesitate. I'll wait for all of you to finish till here. Done. All right. 30 people are watching live and I can see only 12 likes. Can everyone please drop a like? If you are actually enjoying the session, then please drop a like. Done. Okay. To those who have joined live, they all will get a pattern sheet, 3 or 4 pages of pattern sheet which I had designed for practice, but only to those who have joined live. All right. So in order to get yours, you all have to submit your page, the practice page that we are doing right now on the WhatsApp in my personal DMs, and then you all will get your pattern sheets. All right. So you all have to watch till the end, stay till the end. Sorry. All right, finished. And yes, for this pattern also here, you can add one more inside it and then darken it. Dark, 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 dark. Now while darkening it, you can use a bigger size of fine liner like 0.7 or 0.8 size of fine liner for darkening, or you can use a brush pen. I always use a brush pen. It is very quick and the strokes are very uniform. Like when you, even if you zoom in, you cannot see strokes of lines in there by of darkening. It's just one plain uniform color. So a brush pen is always a better choice while doing the dark portion. Now moving on to next circles, which will be, I would say, circle 4 to 6. Now here comes the adding a little bit of design part. Where do you get the brush pen? So when you buy a set of fine liners, a brush pen comes with it. But if it doesn't, you can buy it separately also. But do not buy a regular brush pen. Buy the one which has the ink of a fine liner. All right. So there are two kinds of brush pen. One is a normal sketch pen type of brush pen, and one is the one which has ink of a fine liner. So always use that one so that your entire mandala looks the same. You know, if the ink is different, then the circle will also look a little bit different. For the next circle, here we will start adding some detailed here we will start adding some detailed designs. Now for detailed ones, I always suggest to add borders to your external bigger patterns, borders for the outlines. Sorry. Now when you add a border, the patterns or the details get separated well from each other. The layers looks clean and you can see each and every pattern clearly. So for that, a border is important. So first thing we do is we add our external pattern, then we add a very clean and uniform border. Now remember this, The border will look nice only if it is uniform. And by uniform, I mean that the white space that you see between two lines, that space should be the same throughout, है ना? It cannot be thin on one side and thick on the other side, है ना? That way it doesn't look like a border at all. It looks completely different. So always get a clean and uniform border. Now it might look easy, but it gets difficult sometimes to get it exactly the straight. So you all have to practice this. Now in the entire thing, wherever you find that you are lacking something, or your patterns are not coming out nice in one stroke, then you have to practice just a single pattern on the entire page. You have to repeat it until you have uh, mastered the stroke, until your strokes come very clean. So you have to keep practicing. I hope everyone is understanding everything that I am saying. Guys, is everything loud and clear? Is everything easily understood? Please type in. I hope I'm not making things too complicated. Yes, okay. All right. So it seems like everyone is understanding well. All right. That's nice to hear. All right. Now, for this petal design here, after we have added the border, we have to now see, when we select our designs, how to select the patterns, how to select the design should be dark or light. Now you have to, for that you have to look at your previous layers of designs. All right, if your previous design is very dark, if it is very dark, then you will add some less detailed designs on top of it. Okay, if your previous designs are darker one, then the next will be light, and the following one, the next one again, will be dark. All right, so that way each and every layer gets highlighted well. Okay, I can see the dark one also clearly, and when I move forward I can see the lighter one also clearly, है ना? Otherwise, if you add continuous darker layer, it looks just like a big black circle and nothing much. All right, so your layers should have balance the amount of lightness that is coming from it, है ना? Black and white should be equally balanced in your mandala, so that it is pleasing to the eyes and not more confusing. All right, now coming back to our patterns. For this one here, there are many kinds of details that you can do, whichever you find good. But the simplest one is a geometrical one, where you draw a line in the center, and now on these two parts, in the two halves, you can darken any one, whichever you want. And then on the other one, you can draw slant lines or horizontal lines, or a simple dot and line. All right, and also it is obviously not necessary to darken both. You can leave them both filled with patterns also. So you can either do these slant lines on both the sides also, which gives it a leaf like look, and then you can darken the alternate ones here to again add some more details. So you don't have, like when you design a mandala, you don't have to plan the everything at once, you know. Like you cannot imagine, fix that such pattern will be here, it will go well. No, you have to keep designing, keep imagining as you keep adding patterns one by one. You have to look at the previous one, and then you have to ensure that you are not repeating the same thing again, and also you are balancing the darkness and the lightness. Okay, so it is no rocket science or anything. You don't have to like learn infinite number of patterns to get your mandalas correct. You just have to balance the designs and the darkness and the lightness. Okay. Now one more thing you can do here is add a spiral in here, close it down, then you can add petal on top of it and then darken it. Hmm? Now inside the petal you can do just a simple dot and line. So there are many things that you can just imagine and do. Now also, if you are not sure about your patterns whether it will look good or not on the mandala, then what you can do is keep a rough page like this near you, design a pattern there, and then check whether it matches with the current designs or not. If you're not comfortable with directly doing it on your final designs, you all can create a rough sketch on your rough books first and then add it to the mandala so that you do not ruin the final design. Now this was for the petals one. I will show two more different shapes. I hope everyone is enjoying the class so far. Now don't, I think it shouldn't be even called a class. I would call it a meeting of friends who love drawing mandalas together. So next we will go for the pointed petal. This design goes well with all kinds of mandalas, be it ornate or your regular black and whites. It goes well in every kind of mandala that you are doing. Now again, the border for it should be very nice and clean. Now yes, sometimes it is not your fault that the borders are not coming great. It can be a fault of the fine liner that you are using, or that you are using a wrong kind of page. Okay, that can also be at fault. So I'll tell you again what kind of pages and fine liners to use. Always go for a little bit expensive ones, I would say, coming to the art supplies that you are using. Okay, because when you buy forget the pages, but for the fine liners at least get one or two good quality pens. So what happens is the tip that they have is soft and circular from all directions, so no matter how you move your hand, the tip always lays flat on the page and it glides smoothly, so that helps in your pattern. Okay, now and coming to pages, you have to get pages which have smooth surface so that your pen runs very smoothly. All right, so the best smooth pages are ivory pages. They are called ivory sheets. So these are very smooth and good for your black and white mandalas, or for any mandala that you are doing in dry colors. All right, for dry media. Otherwise, if you are doing wet colors like acrylics or watercolors or gouache colors, then you can go for acrylic papers, ACRYLIC. Like they don't have a specific name, but it mentions that it is for a wet medium, so they are called acrylic sheets, or they can be called watercolor sheets also. Now before buying these sheets, you have to check in the details section whether the surface is smooth or not. It may also call grain sometime. All right, so you have to check whether the surface is smooth or not. Okay, because be it any kind of mandala, first we have to draw it, right? So for drawing part, the pen should run smoothly on it. See, I always distract myself from the main pattern here and I do all of this stuff. So coming back to our petal here, Now this petal comes in, I would say, last few layers. Where were we last time? 6, yes. So I would say 7 to last layer. Okay, you can do this pattern. Please make a note separately for this. Yes, this video will be available on YouTube forever. So anytime you want a repetition of any of this, you can watch it again, no problem at all. Yes, so the current patterns will go from 7th layer to last layer. All right. So when you add this pattern here, it can be possible that there is a previous pattern which goes like this. This is also a possibility. So this time the patterns will be a little bit different. And again, this one for when there is a flat line below it. So we will see patterns for both. Now when you see a space like this which narrows down at the bottom, the first thing that comes to my mind is a simple elongated shape like this, or two spirals combined. Okay, we have a question: hot pressed or cold pressed? Cold pressed will be better choice. So we will add this pattern here to the center. Now around it, you can add in continuous layers of petals, or you can add a mesh design, or you can add continuous circles also in here. There are many things that you can do. So what I would suggest is first add a border around this so it gets separated, then add circles, and then darken the small corners which are of no use. Now for the inside here, you can do the shaded lines pattern, or you can do a dot and line, or you can draw the same shape inside and then darken it. There are many things that you can add, obviously according to your theme of mandala. Now here, since this is a darker one, I will go for a lighter detail inside here. So I can add a mesh also here. Yeah, a mesh will look good, I guess. See, so you don't have to like fix designs in your mind. They just come with the flow. I'll wait 1 minute for everyone to finish till here. Please keep typing done already. Done, all right. Those who haven't subscribed yet, please do it. I will guarantee you that you will not regret subscribing to my channel. All right, so a quick question for everyone. So how long have you guys been creating mandalas? How long has it been? Or whether you are complete beginner? Please type in one word: beginner, intermediate, or expert. Beginner, all right. 1 month, beginner. Learning from you, all right, beginner. All right, we have seems like many of you, like majority of you, are beginners from 2021. All right. All right. So majority of you are guys are beginner. So do not worry at all. At the initial stages, it might get too complicated. Hai na? When you look at the mandalas of people, when you see mandalas online, you might think that it is very complicated. How will I learn so many patterns? Hai na? So it is obviously not like that. You just have to keep practicing every day, and you will eventually get there. So in the beginning, it might get too much to digest, I would say, but it will definitely get easier in the long run. And yes, I am always there. This channel will always be there for you. So on my channel, majority of content is so beginner friendly, so everyone can watch and do on your own. Even the sketchbook series that we are running right now, you all can start that. You all can start drawing the mandalas. They are all step-by-step tutorials. All right, we will add one more pattern for the seventh to last layer. It is a pyramid. Now for the pyramid, you can add two kinds of borders. One will start at the top part and then get broader as we go down. And the other one is our regular one. Now when you add this kind of border, it looks even better when you darken it so that the effect gets highlighted well. And this border looks better when it is empty like this. Now inside we can add the flower in here. So for flower you can either start at the bottom or you can start in the center also. All right, so we will do both. So first you will draw a circle in the center, then two petals, the top one and the bottom one, right? And then you will add more. Now to finish it up, You can add circles in the bigger spaces. Wherever you can add circles. Okay, once you added circles in between all the petals, then you can darken the rest of it. Now see, I forgot to add a border here actually. There should be a border around this flower again, so that it does not get mixed up with the outer pattern. Yes, there must be a border. Now another flower will be starting at the bottom, so we will add a semicircle here. Then first we add the central one, and then we add the follow-ups. Now for the detail part again, you can add a mesh in here, or you can add a plain dark circle, and inside the petals you can do this shading, or you can add our simple dot and line. Can you show the first one again, please? I believe you mean this one. And yes, I will show it once again quickly, no problem at all. So you add your pyramid here, then there was this border, and yes, this time I'll add a border again. Now first you add the central circle, then the top and bottom petal, and then you add more in the space. Now if the small spaces that you see, empty spaces, are big enough, then you will add circles. If it is too small, then you will just simply darken it. All right, it all depends upon the space you have. All right, so you all will draw this, finish and type done, and then we will move forward. Can you show the previous page? Yeah, no problem, I'll show it once. Finished everyone, guys? Done. All right, now I will show you some fillers. fillers. So what are fillers is when you have abnormal shape or when you don't know what design to add. Hmm? So there can be times like that na, when you have no idea what to add in there. So at that time you will add fillers over there. Okay, so fillers go inside any shape, be it any shape that you have, it can be a circle, it can be inside this shape, it can be any shape that you are having or any random shape. Fillers will can go inside any of these. Okay, so we will see one by one. So first is the mesh, straight lines, a mesh like this. Another one is a mesh in curved lines. First you draw curve on the one side and then on next on the other one. Both side will be curves. Okay, so you can see here we get square patterns, and in the curved ones we get diamond shape patterns. Okay, so that is the difference between these two types of mesh designs. Next fillers will be just simple horizontal or vertical lines or slant lines, and now in these lines you can also darken them randomly or alternately. Okay, or you can also add a continuous layer of these spirals to fill in the entire space. So it can continue as long as your shape is filled entirely. And to make it more better looking, you all can add these dots in some empty spaces here and there. Next is dot shading. It gives a nice 3D look to our patterns. For example, you have this shape here where you have to add dot shading. So first you have to decide the direction of lightness and darkness. Okay, from which direction the light is coming, you have to decide that and fix it for all the sections. All right, now for wherever you want to show dark part, you will add a higher density of dots and then it will keep decreasing. All right, so for this square here we will show dark at the bottom and light at the top. All right, so we will add higher amount of dots, and then as we keep going above we will reduce the number of dots. All right, so dot shading takes time to complete, but also the final result is worth it. So this is how you do dot shading. You can also do layered lines, which are like this. One line here, next here, again here, next here. So in this way, it creates a weave-like pattern. And now we will practice some spirals. Now spirals are the most difficult part, as I have heard from many beginners. So what they say is getting the right hand side spiral is easy, but the other one gets difficult sometimes, है ना? It is difficult to get both the same. So you all will practice these until you have perfected them. For spirals, you can do these plain ones, or you can close it down, or you can add a semicircle here and then connect it below. Or you can close it this way in an uniform line, or you can combine two of them. Spirals go anywhere, be it any layer that you are doing. You can fit them in whichever layer that you're doing, be it your first layer or your last layer, and they also go well inside any of the detail part that you are doing. So we will create a pattern by using just spirals. Done. All right. So now I will give you all a homework that you all must submit to get your pattern sheets. So it is very simple. You have to draw a pyramid and a pointed petal. Then add details of your choice, design it on your own, and then send it to me. All right, that's it. One pyramid and one pointed petal. So to get your pattern sheets, you have to submit these pages that you have drawn and the homework. All right, you all will send it to me on WhatsApp to get the pattern sheets. Can everyone do this? Can everyone finish the homework? How many of the above design? Only one of the pyramid and one of the petal minimum. Okay, otherwise you can do as many as you like, but the minimum is one each. All right, so our class here is finished. I hope you all enjoyed. Did you all enjoy the class, guys? Did you all learn something new? सर वन पेज और वन डिज़ाइन ओनली एक डिज़ाइन आपको सिर्फ एक ही बनाना है ठीक है एक आपको पिरामिड बनाना है और एक ये ठीक है मतलब एक पेज भर के नहीं बस एक एक पीस ठीक है डू वी गेट दिस रिकॉर्डिंग प्लीज yeah this entire class will be there on the YouTube channel itself okay when you go to my channel under live section you will find a recording of this class all right I hope everyone has subscribed and if you enjoyed the session, please leave a like. It supports the channel. Please leave a like and subscribe so that you do not miss out any future videos. And yes, there is a bell icon near the subscribe button. So go to the notifications and press all so that whenever a new video drops, you get the first notification. You get informed immediately. All right, can you please share any link for brush pens and sheets? Miss Beena Nair, the link for the products is there in the first video of Sketchbook challenge. All right, if you go to first Sketchbook challenge, the links are available there. Okay. So you all have 2 days of time to submit it. Okay. Some of you might have some appointments or anything. So you all can take 2 days to finish or submit the entire thing. No problem at all. Plain paper or like you on ruled paper. Any paper, it doesn't matter. But a ruled paper is better for practice so that you get the idea. But it can be any paper of your choice. No problem. We have 4 minutes left. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. On plain paper, it is difficult. Yes, it is a little bit difficult without the lines. So yes, get a normal notebook like this for practice. Size of the pattern, it can be any size. If you are having a regular notebook like this, I would say it is 5 lines or 6 lines of size. All right. Or if in centimeters, 1 second, let me grab my scale. Centimeter wise it is 5 centimeters all right so anything between 4 to 5 centimeter will work no problem any doubts please ask we have 3 more minutes left Sir, to send WhatsApp group or your personal. Send it to me personally. Okay, don't send it in the group. Send it in my personal DM. Thank you all for joining. I hope you enjoyed the class. So, have you all guys participated in the sketchbook challenge? How many of you are doing the sketchbook thing? I have me, okay. Those who want to join, it is obviously not late. You can join anytime. The series is available as a playlist called Sketchbook Challenge, Mini Mandalas Sketchbook Challenge. And the links for the products are also available in the description of the first video. All right. Yeah, the video will drop today. Okay, already join and subscribe. Thank you. All right. So thank you all for joining. This is not the first free session and obviously not the last. There will be more sessions coming. So stay subscribed and updated. All right. Thank you all for joining. I'll end the session now. Have a good day.